It's Thursday, February 17, coming up live on The View. Guest co-host week continues when private practice star KaDee Strickland weighs in on hot topics. From Justin Bieber giving his view on sex and abortion in an explosive interview, to the bizarre viral video of a little boy dancing in drag, and the journalist under fire for tweeting about Lara Logan's sexual assault. Plus, if you saw The View on Oprah last week, you only saw half the story. So the co-hosts are taking you behind the scenes of their trip to Oprah to show you what didn't make it on the air.
I am freaking nervous.
Please welcome Tom Selleck.
Then, he was the very first guest to ever appear on The View. And Blue Blood star Tom Selleck is back for his 11th appearance and revealing if rumors are real about an all-new 3 Men and a Baby sequel. And it's germ warfare, when an expert tests the offices of Elizabeth and Bill Getty to find out who's got the grossest, germiest workspace, and find out why the filth they found is probably in your house too. All that, hot topics, and more coming up live on The View.
To The View. Now, Sherry's not here this week, and we've had some special guest co-hosts sitting in for her. And today, it's the star of private practice, the fabulous KaDee Strickland. Hello, darling. Now, I think the last time we saw you on the show, there had been this brutal rape that happened, and you came and talked about it. And I think the question everybody has for you is there like a happy ending coming? Is there something happening good?
There is, but before I even go into that, I just want to thank you again for having me, because it was so courageous to talk about it in this format, and it really allowed people in on that process. Right. And the character has been going through the process for 3 months now, and then last week I forgave the rapist, so it's just really been carried out beautifully. But the best part of the story, I think, is the happy ending that we're going to have this season, because Charlotte and Cooper are finally going to wed.
Are you supposed to tell them?
Yes! Well, I think it's so important, too, because, you know, you see the complete story of a person's journey when they've been traumatized, and that there is hope and there is happiness that can come out of a person's story. And I think the support that his character gave mine and the telling of that was so beautiful.
Well,
and
it's a very courageous thing for the program to do, to bring up the whole subject.
So now let's move on, because in the new issue of Rolling Stone, Justin Bieber gives his thoughts on sex, abortion. He says that you shouldn't have sex until you're in love, and on abortion, he says, quote, it's like killing a baby. When asked about abortion in cases of rape, he says everything happens for a reason, but then adds that he's never been in that position, so he can't really judge.
And he won't be in that position because he cannot give birth. He doesn't have a choice like that. And I think, you know, he's a 16-year-old boy, as I understand it, so that's a very, very high-button thing to be talking about.
Truthfully, if I want to hear about abortion from an adolescent or health issues, I'll turn on Glenn Beck.
Well, the point is he was... the reporter was asking these inappropriate questions. Yeah, but, you know, we're talking about it, so he's trying to make a little, you know, buzz.
But this idea that everything has a reason is really insulting to people who have been raped or victims of incest. There is no reason for that.
He also agreed, but he also did end that quote by saying, I've never been in that position, I would not want to judge, and I don't think we can certainly discount someone's opinion just because they happen to be 16.
You're entitled with that.
We have brilliant minds who are young.
There.
I'm talking. We have brilliant minds who are young, inventors who are young, kids who actually now created Twitter, Facebook, young minds who have created things that are now changing the world. To discount his opinion simply because he's 16, I think is a disservice, and I'm a Bieber fan.
You may not have to discount it, but you can look at it as something coming out of a young mind that is still growing. All right?
And influencing girls of that age, too.
That's what concerned me.
That's right. And he has, I've interviewed him, and he's a, you know, very nice and quite mature kid. He has a mother who is very religious, and you know, a lot of these opinions perhaps come from your parents. But again, it's a reporter asking questions that may or may not be appropriate. You think they are. I think it may be a little bit of a stretch.
I don't know if the questions are necessarily appropriate. I mean, you know, I think that his responses, though, are valuable. And I think that this is a young man, not a little boy, who has a huge impact on people. And I think we should value all opinions of youth. I think
I like
important.
that.
Okay.
Well, here we will ask that question again, because Barbara, you saw something on GMA this morning that had you screaming at the television.
No, I wasn't. I was sort of smiling. You know, it was a smirk. It was a kind of...
Smirking at the television.
Okay. So what I was watching with George Stephanopoulos was interviewing Michelle Bachmann, who is a Republican congressman from Minnesota and leader of the Tea Party caucus. And there were two things that struck me. First of all, she and John Boehner have also done this. When asked whether or not Barack Obama is an American and is a Christian, they can't give an answer. They say, well, you have to take him at his word. And when George finally pinned her down, she totally went into another subject, which we're going to see more and more of, I think, as elections come out. You ask this question, you get a totally different answer. I thought it was so far-fetched that I wanted to show you a little bit of it.
Okay.
Just state very clearly that President Obama is a Christian and he is a citizen of the United States?
Well, that isn't for me to state. That's for the president to state. And I think that when the president makes his statements, I think they need to stand for their own.
But he has said it very clearly. I'm just asking if you believe it.
Well, I think we should take the president at his word.
But you can't say that. You can't just sit there and declare the president is a citizen and he is a Christian.
You know, what I focus on today, George, is today is the 2-year anniversary of the stimulus program, where we spent $1 trillion to make sure that unemployment wouldn't go above 8%. That's what I'm worried about.
Just give an answer.
I'm going to start a rumor that Michelle Bachmann is from another planet. Let's tweet that, okay?
I think there was. In fairness, I think she could have gotten to that answer a little bit sooner. I do think there is a bit of annoyance on her part because there has been this sort of media blitz pounding any Republican to say it not once, but twice, maybe 3 times, what they think.
They weren't pounding. She didn't give an answer. But what struck me funny was, leaving that aside, we're going to see more and more candidates running. And I just love the way you ask A and they answer D.
Right. Well, if you have a point of view, just be accountable for it. It's not... I mean, that's what we look to them for, to be accountable individuals and to speak for us, is, you know, our representatives. That's what we wish them to do.
But even sometimes when they do give the clear answer, like John Boehner was on, Meet the Press, talking to David Gregory, and who asked him the first time, are you upset about everybody thinking and all the birthers thinking that Obama is not a citizen? And he went on to answer, and we'll have the clip here.
David, it's not my job to tell the American people what to think. Our job in Washington is to listen to the American people. Having said that, the state of Hawaii has said that he was born there. That's good enough for me. The president says he's a Christian. I accept him at his word.
But isn't that a little bit fast and loose? I mean, you are the leader in Congress, and you're not standing up to obvious facts and saying these are facts. If you don't believe that, it's nonsense.
I just outlined the facts as I understand them. I believe that the president is a citizen. I believe the president is a Christian. I'll take him at his word.
What else do you want?
Well, that's better. If that's not his job, what is his job, I'd like to know, besides telling the truth? His tanning and crying, that's not his job. His job is to speak what he believes. He's a Christian. He was born in this country.
I don't understand. Before the election, everybody was upset about the Christian church that he was attending. Okay, there was no question that he was a damn Christian. As for being an American citizen, I'm sorry, I thought Hawaii was the 50th state. Doesn't that make him an American citizen?
Yes. Because what they are trying to imply is that he was really born in Kenya.
Yes, but you know what? All black people were not born in Kenya. Get over it.
Agreed.
Oh, my God, you know? I mean, kick us behind because you don't like his policies, but come on.
It's ridiculous.
Come on. It is ridiculous. You know what? I have to go because I'm verklempt. We're going to go and come right back with more hot topics.
The bold-faced names in the most shocking headline news stories of their time are coming to The View to review where they are now. The mistress of murderer Scott Peterson, Amber Fry. The church secretary at the center of the sex scandal that brought down evangelist Jim Baker, Jessica Hahn. The Arkansas employee who sued President Clinton for sexual harassment, Paula Jones. The housemate who made headlines in the O.J. Simpson trial, Kato Kalin. And the guy who survived every man's nightmare after getting castrated by his wife, John Wayne Bobbitt.
Strange video that has gone viral of a little boy dancing in drag, lip-syncing to Christina Aguilera. Take a look.
It's like watching a child pageant. They're sexualized in such a strange way. I want to know why a parent or whomever dressed him up that way would do it. I don't relate to that
Maybe
type of
himself.
parenting.
He might have done it himself.
That's some good makeup, honey, for a 5-year-old.
Yeah. Little hard to believe that he got the whole outfit and everything and posted it.
He did a good imitation. Did he forget the words also?
It's just kind of disturbing. I mean, it's disturbing. This is the first time I've seen it. It's disturbing to watch that, I think, because it doesn't seem as though this would organically come from the kid to put on the fishnets. I mean,
5-year-old.
put on the makeup, get dressed, and do this. It seems inappropriate.
Well, with all
The
of
kid
the
wants
talk
to be a
about
girl. That's kind of clear.
I don't know that. I don't know that.
That's a different story. That's a different
with
issue.
all the talk of pedophiles and the internet, this is not the smartest thing to have done. That's my opinion. I like it. It's fun, but I just, everybody is always concerned about, pedophiles are on the internet. Right. So, I don't know.
Kids spreading their legs at the age of 5 the way that boy was doing, and I don't care if it's male or female child, that just seems so extraordinarily strange.
Yeah. Well, listen.
I just think, too, it's like in the video, I don't know what the laws are now, but I mean, there is a line. Like, what point can you put something out that's yours, right? If this is indeed the parents, and then you're videoing your child performing on a chair, which is very sexualized, I just wonder where those laws are going to go.
Well, this is an ongoing story with us. We always are finding things and asking these questions. So let's move to this. Reporter Lara Logan, who is now recovering at home after being brutally sexually assaulted in Cairo, and it has people questioning how safe female reporters are on the front lines of situations like this.
Well, I'm sorry, Dawn, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and we heard today that another reporter a male reporter who also was brutally beaten. So is it the question of just females, or is it,
Well, one of the questions is, do you go male or female into routes of danger? Lara Logan reportedly was brutally sexually attacked. We don't know what that means. The first thing you think of is she was raped. That may not be the case. That may have been a different kind of touching, sexually, whatever, we don't know. But I think that in terms of a reporter going into a danger zone, I have never been in mob scenes, but I was in Iraq in the middle of the Iraq-Iran war, interviewing Saddam Hussein. I was in Iran just before the Shah was exiled. I am very timid in my real life, and somehow there is a different energy and commitment. But I spoke to perhaps the best-known female foreign correspondent, my colleague and friend, Christian Amanpour, just a little while ago. And she said in her 20 years as a journalist covering wars all around the world, she has never experienced a sexual brutal attack. She's appalled by what happened to Lara Logan. She believes this was about protesters trying to kill the messenger, male or female. But she said this will not stop female journalists from covering dangerous situations around the globe.
They were yelling Jew also.
Yes, and
so
she
there's
isn't.
that.
So
it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
That's their hatred there.
Yes, and when you are in the middle of mob scenes, there is hatred. But the question, they were saying, well, should female journalists not be allowed to cover? That's a step back.
That's a sexist remark.
And no female journalist, it's up to you if you want to go. You can say to your network,
choice.
I'm not going to go.
What do you want to
say? But if you're going to go,
Well,
it goes with the territory.
And I think it's also with social media. I mean, the rapid nature with which they can make an example of a person now is frightening because it's instant. And, you know, I saw the image of her prior to the attack happening, and now those faces are blurred. But when I saw the look on some of those men's faces, it's devastating to see. And I think the one thing that I really hope people do is give her space.
She is home now. She is resting. The president called her yesterday. I know that you did a shout out yesterday to her.
Yeah.
All of us are just praying she recovers.
Yes, and all
very, very brave, very good.
Reporters have to remember that these are and we have to remember as we watch this, as they risk their lives, both man and female, that these are always volatile situations, and they could turn at any second because the mob mentality goes just like that, and boom, you're in the middle of it. So we always keep our fingers for everybody.
But it could happen anywhere, not just in a mob scene.
Whenever you have mob scenes, you know, whenever there's a mob, anything could happen.
Remember years ago when there was that wilding going on in Central Park where those boys attacked that girl? Or it was a mob in Central Park.
Yeah, mobs. It's crazy. But you know what? We are not a mob. We are sort of a
We're moms.
We're moms. And when we come back, we are going to take you behind the scenes of our appearance on Oprah. Come back. With the fabulous KaDee Strickland. Now, last Friday, we headed to Chicago to appear on Oprah. But check out what happened behind the scenes that you didn't see on the show. Take a look.
This is your camera. So this is your behind-the-scenes camera.
You mean we ordered this?
Yes.
I'll kill us.
Oh, this is so cool.
Sure you're okay.
We got our own dressing room.
Have
you ever had Garrett's popcorn? I can't take any because the dress I got is really form-fitting.
Oh, maybe I'll take it back to the kids. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, we stealing this, huh?
So I dropped Taylor off to school yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can relate with Jeffrey, right? So I'm saying, Mommy's gonna be back tomorrow. I'm going to Chicago. He's upset in school, so he's like, well, who's gonna pick me up? I said, I'll be back tomorrow, I promise. I get nervous, and then I say, Mommy will bring you back a Batman toy.
Does somebody have a Batman toy on this studio?
Why would I specifically?
You have any Batman toys?
We can get you a Batman toy, though. Seriously.
You can't get a Batman toy?
We can get anything. This is the Oprah Winfrey show.
Wow.
They have pens here.
And they have pens. We have nothing.
We have nothing.
We don't have pens for Hot Topics.
We have to borrow pens from one another. Every other day. I get the pens on Monday and Wednesday, and Sherry gets them Tuesday and Thursday.
Where's my purse at?
Get ready at home. The steamer has changed my life, by the way. I haven't touched an iron in like 8 years.
Pretty. That's cute. This is all one piece? No, it's a skirt. Oh, adorable. Oh. Oh, I wanted to put on my fake nails. I don't think I have time.
Sherry and I are green roommates.
You have to be like poured into these pantyhose.
How much time do we have?
Like 25 minutes, Sherry.
In about 15 minutes? Yes, I'm coming.
Is it too S&M-ish? Love it.
What's your other option?
Just these big things?
I love the earrings. They don't do the earrings. I am freaking nervous as all get up. This is like, nervous, you guys haven't freaking out and I haven't peed yet.
They're bothering me to tweet. Oh yeah, the tweeting. Let me see Oprah, I'll have something to tweet.
And the more you say, oh, it's gonna be all right, girl, I'm like, ah! Oh my God. How much time do we have? I need lotion for my legs, they ashy. Somebody said prayer. Can somebody just pray?
Father in heaven, I'm thanking you for this wonderful day. We're asking that you send down your gift of comfort, your gift of peace, and just let everybody know that you are here, you are present.
Amen. All right.
Right. Hi, darling. Hey, darling. Tweedledee. Hi. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you so much.
Today, live in Chicago, it's never been done before. Oprah and the cast of The View together. Welcome, Oprah and the women of The View.
With the fantastic, oh, sorry, baby. Oh, yes, they got him.
Yeah, Oprah, well, I should have asked for a car.
Those are great. Listen, we're going to go and come right back, and when we come back, we're bringing back the fabulous Tom Selleck.
The gorgeous.
Please welcome Tom Selleck.
You are such a nice guy for coming here on the first show, and
Thanks.
so smart to know that this is going to be such a hit. You know?
Well, I did it because Barbara asked, actually.
Oh, I haven't seen that clip. Well, that was Meredith Vieira, our wonderful Meredith Vieira, who has left us, but Tom does not. Tom was our very first guest on our very first show back on August 11th, 1997. People didn't have a lot of faith that this show was going to make it, and Tom did. That was 14 years ago, so it's now his 11th. I get all choked up.
You're off for clump.
I'm off for clump. He has an open invitation to come back whenever he wants, and this was one of the times. Please welcome back Tom Selleck. Two films together.
Yeah, well, we were in one openly and one secretly.
That's right.
You have a lot of secrets. Yeah, we'll talk about.
Yeah, I got a lot of secrets.
Yeah, I want to mention, because we're going to be talking about it, that he's in this wonderful new cop show called Blue Blood, which is produced by my very good friend Leonard Goldberg. If I don't mention Leonard and Wendy,
and my boss,
and your boss, we're in big trouble.
Yeah.
But you know, you are our most faithful guest. Tell us why you like coming on with us. You've been so good to
you. Tell us about us.
Is that why women love you so much? Because you're so faithful?
It's nice to be in double figures. You know, I'm here. No, I get asked. I get to hang out with you guys. One time got a little weird. I don't know whether you remember, but they asked me to do a shtick. You know, and I'm not good at shtick. You can do shtick, but they said we're going to pretend that there's this special light. We'll tell the audience it's going to make you a sex-crazy animal, and we want you to crawl all over Barbara.
Yeah, well, why not? I think that's a good
shtick.
Yeah,
it was okay, except I in crawling all over Barbara, I stuck my rear end right in Joyce's face.
I enjoyed it. It's perfectly fine.
So I sent her flowers. And,
that's why he keeps coming back. Yeah, and we had a secret walk recently.
We did. Well, we went. We had dinner with Leonard and Wendy, my boss, Leonard Goldberg, and mutual friends, and. Barbara and I went home together. No, we walked home. No, that didn't sound right, did it?
That didn't sound right. Please.
I walked Barbara home about 12 blocks. We had arm in arm. It's very nice.
Nobody saw us.
If you're listening, Jilly, that's the whole deal.
I'm not going to tell you more, Jilly. You don't need to. What you don't know, you don't need to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Jilly is his wife, by the way.
It's my wife.
23 years.
Yeah.
For 23 years.
Fabulous.
Wait a second, which one is your wife?
Huh?
Which one?
My wife is the short one. And the tall one is my daughter, who's now 22. That's Hannah.
Your wife looks 22.
Or actually, that's Princess Hannah. Yeah, she's a great kid. I'm very proud of her.
Well, growing up, you wanted to be either a fireman or a basketball player, which you were for a while, or a cowboy.
Yeah.
And you were recently inducted into the Hall, I want to get this right, of Great Western Performers.
Yeah.
And you were very emotional.
I was. This National Cowboy Hall of Fame and Western Heritage Museum is the real deal, and when they give you an award, it's not because you're going to show up. It's you know, John Wayne's in there, and Clint Eastwood, and a lot of mentors of mine, and they're all in this hall of great Western performers, and they put me in it. So my goal was not to kind of blubber through it, because you don't want to get all emotional and cry in front of a bunch of cowboys.
Not if you're a cowboy,
so.
no.
Yeah, I did good. I did good until I got to a couple of guys. I don't want to cry again. Jim Garner and Ben Johnson, and they were real mentors and pals to me. Jim is an inspiration every day I go to work on a series, and Ben was like a dad to me. He was in the first Western I did, and I brought them up, and that was it.
There's a lot about you people don't know. Like, for instance, that you were in the National Guard, and that you went to a California military academy.
Yeah.
Look at you.
That's
wow.
That was it. That was officer candidate school. I was doing really good, but I had to resign because I was an actor and I couldn't get a military haircut because I was a civilian most of the time. I ended up a sergeant in the infantry in the Guard, and I'm proud of it. And I'm, you know,
thank you for that.
I served.
Was that before or after you did the dating game?
Huh?
Was that before or after you did the dating game?
I think that would be. Maybe after I lost on the dating game. Yeah.
You lost?
Oh, yeah, I lost twice.
Come on. Well, you know.
Kind of like my shtick with Barbara. I wasn't real funny. I was just scared.
But now you got this great new show.
Exactly.
I do.
Blue Bloods. We actually have a clip, but I want to give everybody a little bit of background. You played third generation. Well, now you're the police commissioner, correct?
I played the New York City police commissioner from a blue-collar family, Irish Catholic family of cops.
Three generations
deep. My daughter
deep.
is a prosecuting attorney played by Bridget Moynihan, and it's not the Waltons, but it has this family aspect. It's not just procedural, and I think that's really what's hooking people on it. Hooked me on it when I read it.
Show. I watched the show.
It is. We have a clip.
Really good.
Take a look.
Where's your sling?
On my dresser.
That's not what I meant. Dr. Keller said 10 days minimum.
Well, Dr. Keller isn't going to be there, and you're not going to rat on your old man, are you? Let's go.
Looking good, Pop.
Thanks.
You're gonna do fine, Dad.
This is a really great thing. I love the Sunday dinners, by the way. Every episode, there's a Sunday dinner.
He lost a son in the line of duty, my character, and he was going to a memorial. They were dedicating a park to him, so he was a little nervous.
Yeah.
So now, Tom, with the role like this and some of the other roles, you know, lots of folks remember Three Men and a Lady, and Her Alibi. When you choose a role, what are you looking for now?
I don't know. Probably what you're looking for. I don't look for types of roles. I look for things that either move you or make you laugh or make you cry. And if they do that, I don't know how you feel. I say, well, I think I get this. I don't know why I get it, but this is interesting. If it's just kind of, and I also think you should pick roles that scare you.
Yeah.
Because every part should scare you. You look at a script and you go, oh, I know how to do that, and that, but there's. In and Out was that way. Because I really didn't know how to do the kissing scene. I had to kiss Kevin Kline in and Out, and that was new for me.
Was he a good kisser? Tell us.
Well, he's got some 5 o'clock shadow, they call it, which I
speaking of a 5
never knew about that stuff.
Well, I brought something kind of special to show, and I don't know if you've ever actually seen it, but a girlfriend of mine was planning a baby shower, and she needed a cake idea, and when she was researching, this came up. And I thought it was pretty extraordinary.
That's you.
I mean,
That's the old me.
No way. I think you're honored constantly, and that was another honoring.
Are you that fuzzy?
I'm pretty fuzzy, yeah, but I'm grayer now. I'm getting a little gray here.
Oh,
getting a little gray here.
Not here.
I got some.
I don't see
I'm
much.
just my dad and my grandpa weren't gray. And I actually spent 20 minutes in the makeup chair on Blue Bloods, graying my hair.
I have to ask you this.
I do. I swear to God.
You get that? Whoopi has a question.
I have a question for you.
What question?
Producer.
I heard a rumor.
It's true.
Is it?
Tell me what it is.
3 men and a
bride, I think.
Yes. So they're making a new one.
Well, they're talking about it. I know they're talked about it because they contacted Ted and Steve and I.
The baby's grown up?
Yeah.
Baby's grown up, and it's kind of like Father of the Bride. But I'm very sentimental about that picture. It was the #1 movie in the world. It was a great deal for me, and I don't want to rip it off. If they come up with a good story.
How old is the baby now?
Baby 50. Would be 20. Baby would be about 20. It was 86, I think, something like that.
Well, so about 21.
Yeah,
21.
They were twins, by the way.
Yeah, well,
we cheated. They could only work a limited amount of time, so.
That's the law.
So except one of the twins couldn't work anymore because she got fascinated by the boom, the microphone, and she was like this, and it wasn't working. So one of the twins worked more than the others.
Listen, Tom. As far as we're concerned, you could be twins and come back on with us every day. We love you for your faith in us, and we love you because you're just a great guy. And we want to tell you that Blue Bloods airs Friday nights. You can check your local listings, and we all give you a big hug. We'll be right back.
Okay, I've made no secret of the fact that my office is a mess, but it is nothing compared to the swamp of filth and pestilence, otherwise known as Bill Getty's office. So we partnered with Clorox, and I've called in an expert who works with them to test who's germiest. Please welcome microbiologist Dr. Charles Gerber. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, guys. In general, why are offices such like petri dishes of germs?
Because people are in close environments, they're working together, they're touching the same objects all the time. And germs are very readily spread by you touching a contaminated surface and bringing your fingers to your nose, mouth, and eye. Great way to get a cold or flu.
Okay, phones, let's start with those. Why are they typically just the center of germ on the desk?
Well, you're picking them up all the time and you're talking right in your mouth, so you're just laying down germs all the time on the phone.
Bill's phone was so germy. Can we get some results? Here's what we did. We swabbed.
Seen anything
I'm
yet.
guessing. We swabbed our phones in our offices, and this is us taking the test, and then we put it in this little machine, right? And calibrated how many germs were there. What were the results? You're going down, Getty.
Well, as you can see the numbers here, Bill won big time. He's been talking dirty for a long time, not even knowing it.
Kind of germy there. Okay, and then.
Wait a second. Did you power wash your office ahead of time?
In defense.
You knew the Oprah cameras were coming. I'm serious about this. It's not fair.
Oprah.
The Oprah cameras were coming. You power washed the entire place.
I did redo my office.
Thank you.
In case. It was a big deal. You've had 8 years. You could have swapped me 1 year ago. My office.
Barbara's in my office all the time.
Oh, blame Barbara. Okay, desks are also gross, right?
Oh, yeah, desks are really bad. Most people don't clean a desk, so they start sticking to it.
Yeah, that's me. I bet my desk was messy. Okay, so we each swabbed our desk.
Right. That's right.
Stuff all over it all the time. What were the results there?
You have germs on
Oh, no.
Just because you are a total slob. Don't you
have a wipe. Have a wipe.
Oh, Bill.
Have a wipe.
Okay, Bill. He's a walking germ. Look at this, 388, Bill, to 86.
It's like a crime scene investigation.
That's right.
What is this?
Office is disgusting.
What happened in my office?
Exactly.
There's about 400 times more bacteria on the average desktop than a toilet seat, so they don't really feel too bad. You just need to wipe that down with a disinfecting wipe once in a while.
Thanks.
Okay, what about our remotes? Because we swabbed those as well.
Yeah.
And typically remotes are things people don't think to clean. How did ours do? That's my remote being swabbed. Bill's gonna get his swab.
I can't imagine.
Let's see.
This is ridiculous. Wait a second. This is.
Oh, look, here's the deal. This is case in point.
Something was rigged here,
No.
right? Well, seriously, no, something was completely
Don't feel bad
rigged.
here because we've done a study on bachelor versus bachelorettes, and men's remote controls have 1,000 times more bacteria on them than women. So don't feel bad.
Oh my God. There is a difference though between messy and germy. And we did our sinks too, right? So sinks
right.
you'd think of a place, you know, they're sort of a clean place, but they're not.
No, because they're wet, they're moist, you're always throwing food down there for bacteria. That's where I like to live, really, because everything's going down in there all the time.
I was doing, that's the office sink.
Bill, your sink that is almost violation of health code.
Office sink.
That is okay, so
What is it? What is it?
You are nasty.
Okay, can we, just because I'd like to know, what was the grand total of germs? It's fair, Bill.
Be more competitive? I mean, obviously.
I want to know. That, Bill, really?
Bacteria Bill wins.
Yeah, so now what should he do? Because this is kind of gross, Bill.
What should he do?
What should he do? I think you need to get this award, Bill. It's a Clorox Trophy Award presented to you. You are officially the germiest guy I know.
Well, we'll rematch next year.
You are. Okay, so tips just overall, especially for Bill here, because we've just seen the numbers.
Yeah, okay,
tips on how to get more clean, less germy.
Really, the key to is good hand washing is number one. That's a good standby.
Listening.
I don't know about Bill on that one. Number two is really break your cough into your elbow and then use a Clorox disinfecting wipe on key hard surfaces in your office environment.
Is he beyond hope, really?
No, I think there's always hope.
Yeah, you got to start wiping away, I swear. There you go. Start there. Go to your phone. Go to your desk.
We get it. All right.
Who won this competition? That's right. I'm not germy. Bill Getty is. Members of our studio audience, by the way, are going home with a gift bag from Clorox so you can be not germy like Bill. We'll be right back.
Thank you to KaDee Strickland for co-hosting Private Practice. Airs Thursday nights at 10 p.m. here on ABC. You're working on something.
I am. I'm working on a charity piece with Gorgiana Jewelry that's going to come out in April, which is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and that will 80% of the proceeds will go to RAIN, the Rape, Abuse, Incest National Network. So please check it out. Gorgiana.
Keep our eyes open. Joy and I. That was so unfair. She is not the biggest slob.
She's a slob, but
you
she's
really
messy, not
slob,
germy,
slob,
like the rest of you.
Slob.
Well, I have to tell you.
But slob.
You can wipe it out any day, Barbara.
You know, tomorrow's the View's third annual Mutt Show with all the special dogs that come out, and we have a special guest co-host Denise Richards. We're really excited about that. I love that you're wiping. So I live with this. I love this Clorox.
She didn't even know how to open that, okay?
I know. I love it. So, you know what, everybody? As we're wiping down, so should you. Have a great day. Take a little time to enjoy the view.